Yung issue palitan regarding dito sa kritisismo ni VP Sara Duterte na unang pumalag dito si Marcos Jr. at sinabi nga na hindi na raw nakapagtataka dahil ang mga Duterte daw ay pro-China. No? At sumagot naman dito kahapon at ako na kung nagkakamali sa media briefing sa Pampanga kung saan lagi namang sinasabi daw ng administrasyon na pro-China yung mga Duterte pero para sa kanya, pro-Philippine siya. Ang mahalaga daw, wala kang kakampihan doon sa dalawa. And as a nation, dapat manindigan tayo. No? Parang kumbaga ang termino pa nga niya na ginamit, i-quote ko na lang para direkta na mapag-usapan natin. Sabi niya, hindi nila dapat ako pinapasagot kung pro-China ako. Sagutin niya yung tanong, where is the independent foreign policy that is required by the Constitution? Where is it right now? Explain to the Filipino people, how are you going to implement your independent foreign policy? Excuse me. Huwag nilang pasagutin yung nagtanong na sasabihan nila na ako'y pro-China. Sabi pa niya dito, matagal na nilang narrative na pro-China ako. I'm not pro any country at all. Ang sinasabi ko lagi, we need to develop, we need to maintain, we need to level up our relations with all countries, hindi lang sa China. Pero kung nakikita nyo sa ngayon, nakikita nyo na we have problems, we have issues, we have challenges with our relationship with China, particularly with our issues and the implementation of the arbitral award of in the West Philippine Sea. Bakit ka kikiling sa isang superpower ng kalaban nung may problema ka? Kumbaga, may problema tayo sa China, so bakit tayo kakampi sa US? Para magkaroon na naman ng dignidad as a country. Huwag yung magtago ka sa saya ng iyong nanay. You stand on your own and face China with regard to your issues in the West Philippine Sea. You don't lean towards another superpower and say, please help me because he is bullying me. Dagdag pa niya, we have our Filipino pride. And in international relations, kung wala kang away, huwag mong simulan yung away. You always need to cultivate good relations, not just your neighbors, but the entire, global community. Sila din naman, nagpapasalita sa akin. Ayaw ko magsalita noon kasi nakikita ko yung mali na ginagawa niya. Pinipilit nila ako magsalita. Ngayon, sagutin niya, nasaan ang independent foreign policy ng Pilipinas na nasa konstitusyon natin? Prof.
Yeah, I'm very happy actually to be straightforward about these things that the Vice President at the moment, Madam Sara Duterte, is actually nagsasalita na siya about these issues kasi before they were criticizing her na para bang hindi siya nagsasalita at yun nga, and they tried to equate that kind of, tahimik lang siya on these issues para bang wala siyang masasabi or parang nare-reduce. Ang default nila is lagi yung mga kaaway ni VP Sara sa politika, ang default lagi pro-China na siya just because hindi siya nagsasalita on this issue. So I'm very glad that the Vice President is already expressing herself on this very important issues para naman malaman nila kung ano ang kanyang iniisip sa issues na to. That's one thing. On the other hand, I agree with the Vice President sa mga sinabi niya. Una, totoo naman. Sino ba ang makakapag-deny sa atin, sa Pilipinas, even the whole world, na stipulated naman talaga sa 1987 Constitution natin na the Philippines should pursue an independent foreign policy. And one thing that we have to remember, the Constitution is the basic law of the land. Everything that we should do as a country, especially the government, especially the President, should follow and should abide by and should be upon or based on anchor sa sinasabi ng Constitution natin. Kasi yun ang ating basihan at yun ang general na law, ang basic law, kung saan lahat ng palisiya ng Pilipinas, ibabase mo. And one of the most important aspect of government is what you call foreign policy. And who's the sole author of the foreign policy? It's the President. Kahit sinong maupo dyan sa Office of the President na yan, ang kanyang role as far as the Constitution is concerned is to uphold the Constitution. And one of the important provision in the Constitution, kahit balibalik na rin natin ang mundo, is nandyan nakasaad ang sinasabi ni VP Sara na the Philippines should pursue an independent foreign policy. But ang tanong nga ni VP, so ano yung independent foreign policy na yan? Can you explain, can you possibly give us manifestation that indeed, under his leadership as president, we have an independent foreign policy? Because, you know, the realities on the ground is completely different dun sa sinasabi ng Constitution at yung iba niyang rhetoric before na sinasabi niya na he will pursue an independent foreign policy. He will continue what the former president have started kasi yun ang kanyang campaign promises pero hindi niya sinunod. Ano ang mga manifestation na his foreign policy is very much leaning to the United States, which in a state ni VP Sara, ang dami naman dyan, intensified military exercises with the Americans to the point that it creates a lot of tension in the region. Second is the 9 declared EDCA bases. May mga chika pa na maybe it's more than 9, but the declared one is 9 EDCA bases na kung titignan mo, that's military and US military bases na sa panahon ni PRRD, hindi niya pinayagan yan. Another thing is deployment of missile system in the Philippines in the northern part. Hindi lang Typhoon, andyan pa yung Nemesis. So these are manifestation that your foreign policy is leaning to the United States because if you are sane enough, you will not do this. Why? Because you already know that there is such a thing as in the region and even outside of the region, this very hot strategic rivalry and competition between the United States and China is very much evident. And we can see it, not only militarily, even economically. As you can see, there is even this imposition of tariff trade war in the economic realm. And you still have git-gitan when you talk about the South China Sea because the United States is trying to interfere with the conflict. Hindi naman sila kasali, justifying it with the so-called freedom of navigation, which in fact, wala namang problema sa freedom of navigation, pero andyan pa rin ang United States. You can really see na yung competition na to ng dalawang nag-uumpugang malalaking bato is very much evident and it happens at the battleground at the moment in Southeast Asia or in the Asia Pacific is the Philippines. Why it is happening? Precisely because of the fact that the foreign policy of the current president is actually leaning to the United States. Who will deny this? Do you really think the international community does not understand this? They do, and everyone. It's like an open secret that everyone in the international level they know, pero syempre Filipinos should make this an issue kasi tayo yun, bansa natin yun. So yung mga tanong ni VP Sara sa interview niya at even na-mention niya ata ito kasi sinusubaybayan ko rin, Admar, doon sa Australia na rally na nandun siya, ng mga Pilipino na na-interview din siya, it's really a legitimate question. So ang tinatanong ni VP Sara, bakit nyo binabato sa akin na just because I speak na ito nga ang problema ng Pilipinas at the moment under President Marcos Jr., so ang tanong, explain mo and prove to us Filipinos, kasi Filipinos yung VP prove to us Filipinos na tama nga, you're following the Constitution. You're actually yung foreign policy mo is in accordance with the Constitution. Kasi at the end of the day, sino ba ang may responsibility na pinakaunang responsibility niya when you talk about the Constitution? The basic job, the primary job of a president is first and foremost uphold the Constitution and what are the provisions in the Constitution. Second is to take care of the welfare of the Filipino people. Yun ang mga primordial na job or dapat pangalagaan ng isang presidente. So legitimate ang question ni VP Sara. Paano mo isasabihin sa amin na you're pursuing an independent foreign policy when in fact the realities on the ground, you're very much foreign policy is very much leaning to the United States. So legitimate yan. Balibalik rin man natin ang mundo, very legitimate ang question at ang right on point ang sinasabi ni VP Sara. So itong mga chika pati na ng kanilang press secretary na sinasabi nila pro-China blah blah blah, these are just scapegoats lang yan, trying to parang nililihis nila yung totoong issue ng Pilipinas by just trying to coin or tagging the vice president as a pro-China kasi ang tanong, kaya ba nilang sagutin si VP Sara? At ang mga Pilipino at katulad ko na mula pa noon na second or probably around the second year ng administration ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. ay nagtatanong na, ano ba talaga Pangulong Marcos? Ang foreign policy mo ba is independent, neutral o hindi? Kasi ngayon, nagiging relevant ito na mga tanong na very relevant. Actually, ang tanong na ito, bakit? Dahil may gitgitan sa Middle East. Ang pangamba ng ating mga kababayan, even ako, na-interview na ako ninyo nung the last time, is we are a treaty ally of the United States through the Mutual Defense Treaty. May mga EDCA bases tayo dito. Pag, ang sinasabi ko nga, God forbid at sana wag naman sa awa ng Diyos, kung lumala ang sigalot dyan sa Middle East at maging regional conflict yan to a world war, madadamay tayo. Kasi nga, marami kang US military assets in the Philippines and you have the EDCA bases. And these are US military bases. Ang Pilipinas, in an event of a wider conflict, you will be dragged into a conflict that is not your own making. And in the very first place, wala kang interest dyan at wala ka namang kinalaman dyan. Pero dahil nga yung foreign policy mo leaning to the United States at mayroon kang a treaty ally ka, wala kang choice kung di madrag into that. So, ang sinasabi lang ni VP Sara, which I agree, as much as possible, countries like us, maliit tayo. I don't even consider the Philippines as middle power because middle power, pero in a way, middle power in Southeast Asia. Pero kung titignan mo, ang mga middle power tulad ng India, Australia, they're a little bigger countries. Pero in a way, sa Southeast Asia, we can be consider ourselves as middle power. Kailangan neutral ang position mo, independent ng foreign policy mo. Actually, I agree, I admire the Vietnamese foreign policy kasi meron silang 3 no's. No foreign troops in their country, no military alliance, and no military assets in their soil. These 3 no's ng Vietnam, which I admire kung paano binabalanse nila ang foreign policy nila, lahat naman nandito sa Pilipinas. We have rotational troops from Americans, yung through the Visiting Forces Agreement. We're a military ally because of the MDT. We have the EDCA bases. So the 3 no's of Vietnam is the 3 yes to us, which will make us a precarious situation for the Philippines. In any case, there are situation like what is happening right now in the Middle East. Kaya ako, hindi ko maintindihan itong press secretary nila and even the Malacanang trying to say na she's pro-China, referring to the vice president, when in fact, the vice president questions very legitimate. As far as the Constitution is concerned, ano ba ang basis ng Pilipinas? Bakit ka pa ng-Constitution kung hindi mo rin lang susundin? Bakit pa ang presidente naging presidente kung hindi rin niya susundin at i-uphold ang Constitution at puprotektahan? Yun ang kanyang one of the basic responsibility ng pagiging presidente mo at is making sure that you follow the provision of the Constitution, especially on critical issues like foreign policy. So, yun yung ko doon. Kaya nga nung in-interview si VP dyan I think it has something to do with the Pride. May celebration ng Pride March ata sa Pampanga. Nakita ko yung footage. Sabi ko, natuwa talaga ako kasi right now, I can see her more vocal and articulate kung ano ang nasa isip niya when it comes to this kind of issues. Kasi before, she's being criticized by many, especially yung mga kritik niya at kanyang mga kaaway sa politika na para bang hindi siya nagsasalita. Kasi dalawa daw, baka dahil pro-China siya or tawag nito, wala siya masyadong alam on this issue. Sabi ko, I don't think that's the case. I think she's, kasi tinanong din ako personally ng isang friend ko, pero yung friend ko na yon hindi nasa side ng mga Duterte. But I have many friends from the other side of the fence, the political fence. Kasi ang politika naman, politika yan. Pero yung friends pa rin, kahit anong politika meron. So sabi ko, I think there will be sabi ko, feeling ko naman kay BP, there will be a time na, proper time siguro na magsasalita yan. Pero before siguro hindi. Kasi tinatanong nila ako kung anong tingin ko. Sabi ko, may proper time. So ito na nga siguro ang time kung saan mas nagiging articulate na si VP Sara na magsalita on these issues.
Opo.
And that's it's really good.
At ito yung kanilang parang pinipinta ngayon sa mga Duterte na pro China, parang ganun lang kadali. Pero kung titingnan mo naman sa dating pamuno ni former President Rodrigo Duterte, hindi lang din naman sa China kasi kumbaga tumamlay yung ating ugnayan sa China. Parang pinanumbalik niya yung ugnayan sa China considering partner natin yan sa trade, pero grabe maka-demonize no sa bansa na yan. Pero kung titingnan mo yung puwet ng mga appliances nila at mga gamit nila, lahat yan made in China, pero nabuksan sa Israel, sa Russia at iba pang mga bansa. At ang ipinupunto pa nga ni PRRD during that time, kung makikipagtransact ka sa Amerika, mas grabe yung kapalit din. Magbabayad ka na, meron pang mga kondisyones, no? Na sarili mo pera, magbabayad ka. Pero iba pa yung mga kondisyon, no? Mapapanindigan ba? Kasi ito, tinanong na ni BP Sara, mapapanindigan ba, kaya bang depensahan ng kasalukuyang administrasyon na, ang sagot namin sa tanong mo, BP Sara, ay yes, meron tayong independent foreign policy na sinusunod. Prof.
Yun na nga ang tanong ko din sa tanong mo, Admar. Kasi kung kaya nilang panindigan, so dapat in-explain nila when they, like, my God, it's the second highest ranking official of the land. That's the vice president. Maraming kumbaga, the vice president has what? 32 million who voted for her the last election. So in a way, super majority yan compared nga, mas mataas pa ang boto niya kaysa kay Pangulong Marcos Jr. So kung tatanungin mo, ito na ang nagtatanong, representing what? The 32 million na bumoto sa kanya sa election na yon. So ngayon ang tanong, sige, sabihin na natin, i-label nyo siyang pro-China given that kasi expected naman sa kanila yun eh. Pero ang tanong, after that labeling, what is the next? Can you possibly answer the question properly and explain it to everyone na ito, mayroon kaming independent foreign policy, ito yung manifestation niyan is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pero ang tanong, bakit hindi nila masagot ang tanong? Kasi probably, hindi nila kayang sagutin kasi nga, hindi ganon ang sitwasyon ng Pilipinas. Kasi ako rin, naghihintay ako, sige, I'm asking you, do we pursue a foreign policy? Do we have a foreign policy in the Philippines at the moment? Can you give me an example of that? An step-by-step explanation kung ano nga ba yun? So para satisfied lahat ng Pilipino, di ba? At hindi sila ma-accuse na, their foreign policy under Marcos Jr. is actually leaning to the United States. Matagal nang tanong yan, hindi lang si BP ang nagtanong yan. 2 years ago, yan na ang tanong. So ngayon, ang tanong, ang ano ko sa kanila, bakit hindi nyo masagot? And Malacanang is resorting to name-calling. Would name-calling help? In this very in providing answer to that very important question na kailangan maintindihan ng mga Pilipino at malaman ng mga Pilipino, wala. So ang kinakikita ko kasi hindi nila kayang sagutin at scapegoat lang ang ginagamit nila by parang kinukoin nila ang mga Duterte, specifically the vice president, as pro-China. Hindi, yun yung anong tawag dyan, Admar, default default answer, kasi wala silang masagot pa. So, ganun din ang tanong ko sa'yo.
Nag-aalala nga sila dahil baka daw lusubin na tayo, mayroong mga espiya na, pero ang malinaw na nakalusot na sa ating bansa na mayroon pa mga struktura, yung mga EDCA sites, which is ang Amerika. So, sino ba talaga ang talagang gustong manakop sa atin? Ang US ba o ang China?